Howdy, Possum Patty here, and I am just back from the bookshelf with an armful of December journals. This is a December daily, and this is last year's December daily. It is a Shape Gingerbread House journal, and this was my very first December journal, a little golden book. And now I have my new 2023 December daily, which is in the shape of a camper or a caravan. And I want to do a page in that. Let's just take a quick look at a little bit of how I do December journaling in a little golden book and a shape journal and a handmade journal, and what kind of things I like to put in my December journal. So come on along. Well, it is Friday, so we can call this Flip Through Friday plus a journal page. And this is my very first little golden book, Jingle Bells. And I did add a lot of bells to the 3 signatures that were sewn in, the little leftover threads there. And at this time, I didn't have a lot of, scrapbooking supplies and all the stuff that I have right now. So this is mostly things that I already had around the house, including pages from this book, Jingle Bells, and The Grinch That Stole Christmas, old Christmas cards, and old pictures. So, Baby's First Christmas. This is from a card, and then I put a picture of me when I was pregnant with baby Possum, so I have his name and a little arrow because that's where he is right there at that time. And here he is with his first Christmas, and we were out buying a Christmas tree. So that's how I started my very first Christmas. Now, I didn't know anything about December dailies when I did this. So I was just, like I said, taking old pictures. Oh, there's something in there. Oh, some friends on Christmas. And so I went through a pile of old photos, and I just pulled out a bunch of old photos that looked kind of Christmassy, and a bunch of cards that I had saved, and even some photos that weren't Christmassy. But this is a picture of my friend and I. We were probably in 8th grade maybe, and this is a card that she had sent my mom back in the day, 2002 I guess this was. And so I dug out an old picture of us from school, and here I am with the book page from The Grinch That Stole Christmas, and just putting some more just Christmas photos that I had all around. So as you can see, basically that is what this journal is, Christmas cards. I did have a stamp with some stars, so I was making star paper and using star material. There's some more material I thought looked pretty festive. Again, just using photos and wrapping paper and cards. So this is really a junk journal because I had barely any scrapbook supplies at this time. Candy box from Trader Joe's, very festive for the season. And I found some old letters from friends from like the 70s. This was 1975, and some pictures of some old friends, and stuck them in. Because at this point, it was my intention to take this great big box of junk that I had saved, photos and letters and postcards from years and years, and put them into journals. But in the meantime, I kind of got carried away with collecting even more junk to put into journals. But I really do need to get back to that box of letters and things and get them into some journals. So we have book pages and just paper. This is wrapping paper, and this is just some plain paper that I stamped on. I love this fold-out card. I thought that would look awesome in there. This is made from a Christmas card. This is made from a handkerchief. So, in this journal, and this was my first one, as you can see, there's no writing. I don't have any dates. I don't have who these people are. When I was journaling this, they're just old photos. And I think I should make like an index of each page and what's on that page, and see if I can remember who that person was and what they were doing. Even if I can't remember the date, maybe I can remember something about it. Oh, here's a picture of me from freshman year in high school with the bangs and the long hair, right? And so, oh, here's my favorite Grinchy picture. Look at her smiling. We got the Grinch over here going, oh, look at her being all Grinchy. I colored this in. Oh, and here, remember I was doing this the other day with that doodle and you paint the bulbs and stuff? Well, this year I took that doodle and I printed it up for Christmas cards. And I did send these out, and I said, may your holiday glitter and shine. And I forgot all about that, but that's what I did. So there's no journaling in here, or hardly any at all. This was my mom's Christmas apron, and this is my sister wearing it, and I actually took a part of the apron and sewed it in there. So these little things that I'm telling you, I should probably write them down somewhere. Or maybe I can do a printout and stick it on the cover or something. Just these little things about, you know, these pictures. Like this was taken at my grandmother's house. And this is my mother, and she's laughing because I made this when I was like 11 years old. It's like a little copper tray with tiles on it. And just as a joke, I wrapped it up and I gave it to her. So she's laughing because I gave her that. Yeah. I put laughing all the way, just as a joke, and she's cracking up, just to be funny. Okay, here's a pocket. Is there something in that pocket? Well, that's interesting. There's nothing in there. There should be something in there. Oh, maybe you put that in there. There we go. Because there's already something in that pocket. I love Maxine. Maxine and Grumpy Cat are like my fave. My sister and my dad. So basically, you know, that's all that's in there. This is family, a few friends, and just all old cards. And, you know, not really any scrapbooking supplies per se. Just things that I had around. Bits of material, bits of old cards, old photos, and the pages from a couple of books. And again, that is it. That is the whole entire journal. So I do love it. I wouldn't change it at all. But like I said, I think I would make a sheet or something of notes about these pages and add it to the journal. So that's another project I can put on my list. So that was my very first one. Jingle Bells. I think this one was next. And this is one of my first attempts at making a soft cover journal. But it is cardboard. But I did put some padding, and this is, I think this is an old tablecloth maybe, or something that I cut up. And this chipmunk was around the edge, and I padded him and put him on elastic to be the holder. Isn't he cute? And I did make a tassel and add a charm. So this one is this a daily? I'm trying to remember. My sister gave me this avocado here. Oh, this, okay, this is the first Christmas card I gave Mr. Possum. So I'm journaling on the Christmas card. This is supposed to, oh, there we go. It opens up this way. It opens up this way. And, oh, this is the year I got my piano. Mr. Possum gave me the piano over there. Today is the winter solstice. I journaled over there. December 22nd. Did I start this on December 21st? December 23rd, Mr. Possum made cookies. So again, I have a lot of book pages and old photos mixed in. At least I did a little bit of journaling in this one. See, I wrote things down, but I'm still using old photos and old cards and little things that I have around the house. These are all cards. I got some sparkly ribbon, but I am doing a little bit of writing, so that's good. And I got some old things in the pockets. Oh, here, I actually have some scrapbook paper in the background there. But this is just from a magazine and pictures of Mom. I think somebody gifted me this bingo card. Again with the old photos. Remembering my dad when he passed away. Junk from bed. Oh, it was his Bath and Body Works. And this picture somebody took a picture of me but cut off my head. So I put it at the top of the page. So this one I was a little bit better, at least putting some dates and a little bit of writing. And it's not the whole month of December, but from at least the winter solstice on. Look, I have actual dates. Good, good, good. So I was a little bit better with this one in journaling. So there's not a lot of journaling, but it's a little bit better than the first one. It's a lot shorter. So the other one is like a whole month, and this is just a small bit of like winter solstice through Christmas and some memories and a little bit of journaling. But I like that. I like that. And sometimes it's nice to have these smaller journals because then you can finish it up and move on to the next journal. And this is last year, so, you know, if you're a possum peep, you know all about this one. Wooden gingerbread house from the Dollar Tree, which I decorated all up and turned it into a journal. Now, in this one, very colorful. I have the whole month. There's day number 1, and I did my little bit of journaling there. December 1st is the first day of meteorological winter, or the beginning of the coldest 3 months of the year for New England. Oh, I did a swap and glue card and stickers from Wanda. So I still have cards. Oh, this is from Wanda, Day in My World. And I'm doing journaling. I mean, it doesn't look like a lot, but I did journaling on the 1st. I got a COVID booster shot. So that was something. And I played around with a couple of cards and made this little flip up. That was fun. And then I have one of these things that tuck in from under the bottom like this and fold the envelope down. Oh, I know what I did this year. I was taking pictures of different ornaments and talking about them. I made several of these from kits in the late 1960s. So I was talking about different things. Trimmed a tree on December 2nd. So look, I actually have... I have another picture of her, almost the same thing from this year. I'm going to put in. I have cartoons, I have a little journaling, I have some old pictures, and I do have scrapbook paper. And this one, oh, I got my hair cut, so I have a little piece of my hair in there. Put everything in, again with the ornaments. Celebrate like a cat. So this one opens up. Oh, my sister sent me these pictures of her cat stalking her gingerbread house. Zeus in the gingerbread house. Anyway, so I do have more like real scrapbooking supplies because these are scrapbooking paper. Look, I put snow on here. December 9th, woke up to an inch of snow. So I'm journaling about the weather. I'm journaling about what happened that day. I'm putting in cards that people sent, but I'm also taking some old photos and putting them in on some days too. And here's a picture from December 6th, a beautiful sunset. Did a little bit of journaling there, talked about another ornament. So I'm combining memories with what I did that day. So say you're like, I don't have anything to write that day. Pull out an old photo and put it in, or pull out an old postcard and put that in, or old Christmas card, put that in. Whatever you have. It doesn't matter. Oh, I folded up a bag, made a little double pocket there. Look at the pom-poms. Very colorful. Got netting. My sister working in the store. Oh, she got on television. Yeah, they came in the store and she got on the news because they were visiting the store. I made a faux gingerbread house tree. More old photos and cards. Oh, Mom. Oh, we had sister lunch. We took Mom for a walk. It was a nice day. There's a photo of us. Little tree Mr. Possum made. So this scrapbooking, now I have ribbon, I have bling bling, I have numbers, I have scrapbook paper. I have all those supplies now, but I'm still putting in the old memories and the cards and the junk. So I have a playlist for this, so I'll put that below. See, here's an old picture. I made a shaker card out of this old photo here. See, I'm learning how to do stuff now. I've got an altered paper clip. I've got a shaker card. Getting a little more savvy with my junk journaling. Here's a Peeps wrapper on there. Put a old photo there. Just old cards, what we were doing that day. Not a lot of journaling, but I do have a little bit for something for every day. Card on the back. So that is that journal. So every year I got a little bit better. I don't know what I'm going to do this year yet, but from the beginning, where I really didn't write down anything, and I need to go back and do that, to just a little bit more information, to, well, I did something every day. But if you're, it's a busy month, you're running around, you're doing this, you're doing that. I don't know if you got kids, you got work, you got parties, you got family, and you don't always have time to write something, or you're like, I didn't do anything that day. Well, just stick in an old photo, stick in an old Christmas card, or a new Christmas card. If somebody sends you one and you really love it, just put it in right away. Grab some wrapping paper, some bows, some ribbons, and just stick them in, so that you can have a little bit of something on every page. So now we're up to the 2023 Winter Journal. I'm calling it the Winter Journal. It's going to be Christmas and winter. I don't know how long it'll take me to fill it up, but no rush, no rush. I'm loving it. I'm going to enjoy journaling in here with no stress. So it is December 1st. Oh, you know what? I do have a bunch of numbers. Let me go find those. Well, these are not the numbers I was looking for, but they'll do. This one has letters and numbers. And this one has letters and numbers. I think I bought these after the season on sale when the Christmas stuff, you know, is like 60–70% off. Well, today is December 1st, and what did I do today? Well, you've seen me at my sewing machine. I have a Genome New Home sewing machine, and I haven't had this terribly long time. Mr. Possum had purchased some vintage or antique Hudson Bay blankets, wool blankets, and they used these blankets back in the frontier's day. And you see both frontiersmen and Native Americans wearing these coats made from these Hudson Bay blankets, like a solid color and then has some stripes on it. Or you can just watch the intro again or the outgo again because that is the coat. So he wanted me to make these heavy wool coats, and all I had was this 50-year-old Singer sewing machine that I had taken to several different repairmen, and nobody could get it fixed correctly. And so he said, well, we'll just trade it in and buy a new one. Now, that is how I got this machine. Well, today, why am I talking about this today? Well, yesterday I was cleaning up. You might notice I put a festive mat down and I cleaned off my table. And then I went over there and I cleaned off my Big Shot die cutting station. And then I went over there and I was working on where I keep my material and my little scrap bags and things and working my way around the room. Yeah, I did that instead of making a video. Gotta do it every once in a while, you know. Well, anyway, I got over to the sewing machine. I'm like, you know what? The last couple times I used the machine, the tension was just off and getting loopy on the bottom. And I was like, I should probably take this in and get it serviced. And so Mr. Possum went online and he found a dealer not too far away. And I called him up and he said, oh yeah, we'll fix it for you, bring it in. So I dropped it off yesterday afternoon. He said, I tell people it takes a week, but he said, only take a couple of days. I dropped it off yesterday afternoon. Well, they called up this morning, it's done. I'm like, oh, okay, that was quick. So we ran over there and picked it up. So that's what I did today. I picked up my machine and it's all cleaned and tuned up and the tension's fixed and the pressure foot's fixed. Everything is working good. And so I thought I would journal about that. And I took a picture of my machine. I wish I took a picture of my old machine. And I have my receipt for parts and labor. And I thought I could put that in a pocket. And I have the name of the business. It's Schiller's. It's in Willimantic. And I thought I would put that in there. And I could put that right on the back, right? It's serviced and put a date. That might work for me. So that's what I'm going to journal about today. So because I use single-sided paper, every other spread is going to be blank, which is fine because I fill the pages up anyway. And I usually don't do that ahead of time. So I went online and I was looking for vintage images and I came across this one. And I just love it. It's sort of like, it reminded me of my old Singer sewing machine, although mine was green. Not that green. It's probably a little bit newer than these. And it says, this Christmas. And the lady has a red dress. And I'm looking at it, and all of a sudden it dawned on me, they had this machine in the shop, and I didn't take a picture of it. Next time I go over there, you know what? I'm going to take a picture of this machine because somebody had taken the top off and used it as a planter. So it has all these little succulent plants in it. But it is this machine. So I was like, oh, this is perfect. I wanted something vintagey, and yet this reminds me of the shop where I took my machine. So I printed this out. I hope I didn't make it too tall. I want to make a pocket, but it's not going to cover this horizontal shaped page. So I need a background. So I thought these colors reminded me of these colors. So all I'm going to do right now is, if I can find it, I'm already losing. Now this table was perfectly clean a minute ago. Okay, take the pattern that I used to make the pages with. Now I'm going to hang on to this and trace this out the size of the page. And then I'm going to cut this for a pocket. And then I'll put my things in the pocket. Maybe put a little more decoration on the page. We'll see. So let me go do some cutting. So I cut the background for the page. Isn't that pretty? And then I trim this for the pocket. Oh, I'm not very straight there. Maybe I'll straighten that up. And I think I'll make it like a tuck. I'll put it down on two sides, and then I'll put all the information in there. And then I have room here to do the date. And I could do a little bit more decorating if I wanted to there. I think I want to round that corner. That one there. This one's going to be trimmed with the top of the page. Like that. I don't know how I got this so crooked. So you know I'm going to have to sew because that's the whole point of this, right? So I'm going to sew two sides here. And the funny thing is, I was telling Mr. Possum, I said, I better check, see if I have any new needles. I haven't changed the needle in forever, and I'm sewing through cardstock and paper and cardboard and plastic, and there's glue on there, and whatever I can fit into the machine, I sew, right? So I said, I probably should change the needle. So I asked the fellow there, Mr. Schiller, I said, probably should get a new needle. Do they come in certain sizes? He said, well, just about every single machine since World War II takes the same size needle. I said, oh, well, that's good to know. He said, well, what kind of sewing do you do? And I said, well, I do junk journaling. And he looked at me like, junk journaling? What's junk journaling? And there was a woman behind me in line. I said, well, I make a journal, and I'm kind of sewing fabric and paper and onto cardstock and maybe some plastic and cardboard. And he's looking at me like, that's your sewing? I'm like, yeah, that's my sewing. So he gave me a new needle, and it's called, if you're a regular sewer, because I'm not, I'm not any kind of professional sewer, but it's a certain needle they call a denim, like for hard, stiff material. It's like a denim needle. I guess it's got like a diamond point on it so that it'll go through like thick, heavy material. So that's what he gave me. And so I'm going to go test it out. This is cardstock and this is cardstock, and I'm going to go see how it works, okay? Well, the machine is working wonderfully, and I just did a zigzag stitch on two sides to make this into a tuck. Love, love, love. And then I folded up the service receipt there, and I put the picture of the machine on the back of the card, and I thought I would make a festive paper clip like this. Stick that in there so it could be like poking out. And I was looking for, little bits of ribbon or something to put on there. And I found this little baggie of fun Christmas goodies, and I know that this was gifted to me. I don't remember when. I pulled out this little tiny candy cane. So if you know you gave me this green ribbon and this little candy cane, please shout out below, because I think I've had this for a while. And the candy cane is a charm. I was thinking about gluing it on, but then I thought maybe it would be easy to put a quick stitch. This may not be the case, but I'll try. I didn't want to use anything too modern looking, so I thought the candy cane would be kind of vintagey with the green ribbon. Not too bad. That thread was very finicky, so I just finished it up off camera. And I'm just going to do this. I just wanted it to be a little festive. Okay, now I still have to do something with the number. Okay, these stickers belong to the pack of paper that this came from. And this is Michael's Holiday Spice. I love the color combination in this paper pack here. It's sort of a combination of the fall browns and earth tones along with Christmas images. So I looked through the pack of stickers, and there's the number 1, which is gold. I'm just going to put it right there for now because these stickers look like they belong to this page too, and I love this little bird. I love all these birds, really. And I'm wondering where, well, I could put the number over here and a bird over here, and that might be enough. Do I want to put a little bird up there? These have been hanging around for a while, so maybe I'll put a little glue stick. I just put them coming in off the side like that. Well, I think I'll wait until I go back to the shop and take a picture of this machine with the plants in it, and then I can add a journaling card, because all I really wanted to do was keep the receipt and the business card and a picture of the machine and say that it was serviced for today. But I would like to add a little bit about this shop, but maybe I'll do that later. You can keep your pages simple. It's a December daily. You just want to put something in for every day. You can go back and add decorations. See, some people put a lot of decorations on the page before they even start, but I like to decorate each page as I go along. And if I don't have a lot of time, I can come back and add some more things to the page. But I will be very happy that at least I got the page done. So, thank you for allowing me to share this little bit of a flip through and a journaling page for December. But before I go, surprise, surprise, an update on my fabric tree. And I painted this with some mystery paints from the Dollar Tree, which turned out to be resin dyes. And the first time I did it, all the sparkle and color, I went like this, and it all came off. And so there's sparkle all over everything, although I tried to clean the table. And it wound up looking very dull and plain like that. And so what I did was, I had this fabric medium. Now, you add this to like acrylic paints when you paint on fabric, and it keeps the fabric soft, or else the fabric would get very stiff. And I mixed the resin in that, and I painted it on, and I let it dry completely. Then I took a little bit more of that, and very carefully with a brush, I went over everything just ever so slightly, and I let that dry, and then I picked it up, and I went like this, and I'm like, ooh, it's not coming off. See, before when I scraped it, everything came off, so, that's what it looked like. But now, I love it, I love it. So it's ready for a little bit of slow stitching, and this will go into one of my journals. So thank you so much for allowing me to share all this with you today. And I want to wish everybody happy December journaling. Bye-bye.